Join me in the Pledge of Allegiance, please. Pledge of
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Marcy, can I have a roll call, please?
Brian.
Here.
Lexi. Here. John.
Here.
And Jeff.
Here. Justin.
Justin is.
Absent at this time. All right, I need a motion to approve the agenda this evening.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll second. Brian, aye.
Lexi.
Good.
Jeff, aye.
Motion carries. It's time I will open up the floor for anyone who would like to speak about anything on the agenda for this evening.
Griffin. Would you like to speak? No. He's working on his communications badge, so that's why.
You get an extra star or something.
We will give him another opportunity to speak yet tonight, so.
Oh, no.
Be thinking
Thinking
about
of a
it.
question.
We need 5 good questions at the end.
Five.
Oh.
Yeah. I can go
Why
with
so
five.
many?
Jeff's hardcore, that's why.
Five there, I'd have 5 questions. They're not
Just
least.
me, at least.
Okay, but is it the weather? Is it the weather? Everybody's just kind of,
Yeah, let's go.
yeah. I'm gonna close citizen comment at this time, and I need a motion to approve the consent agenda if there are no questions about it.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda, Mr. Mayor.
I'll second.
Brian, aye.
Do I?
Well,
No, you probably
you
should've.
can abstain if you.
Well, no, my liquor license is on it, but I don't think it's gone through yet, so.
No, it hasn't.
Is it still gonna stay on here?
It never got taken off of the agenda, but it's fine.
Justin's trying to get love.
You can abstain if you'd like to.
We got it.
When it actually comes through, we can put it on the agenda
Again?
again.
Okay, all right, abstained for liquor license
For trackside.
for trackside.
All right. I want to make sure this is a little bit.
Good job.
It's ahead of schedule, that's why it can throw me off.
Just want to make sure we're all good.
I had it on there from last week, but it never got taken off
Yeah.
when we.
All good, all good.
All good.
Justin, get in there.
Yeah, Justin's trying to log on. Says he's in the waiting room.
Oh,
Why is there?
She said he was in Boone.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That's city in the middle of Iowa.
We'll go ahead and move on. Parks and Rec monthly report.
I have a couple of things. Would you guys have any questions on what's there? Perfect. I'm gonna go on to my couple things. Kelly Oaks Park, I talked to Play Pro, about the playground. They are thinking about coming this Monday. As long as they can get in and not destroy too much as far as mud. Talked to Dean a little bit about it, so we're gonna try. We're supposed to obviously maybe get rain Friday, possibly Saturday, Friday. So we'll see, but tentatively we'll say, Monday, but it'll be nice to, like I said, want to get them in as soon as we can to try to get everything moving on the playground. The track out yonder.
On the,
Yep.
the park over there, I've been over there and had it.
Yep.
So we get that built,
Yep.
finished built. Are
Yep.
we ready to go as far as once the weather is available to open that, or are we gonna keep that closed until?
No, I think we'll open it.
until open it?
Yeah. Yep. I mean, it might be, it's obviously just gonna be the gravel parking lot and whatnot, but yeah, I think we'll open it. It will be hard to keep kids off of it once it's, they already
That was
like,
gonna be my next question, is how do we propose to keep the kids
it
off?
was already like just seeing it there like so close, you're like,
I actually had a couple of
It's a
kids
mean
ask me
joke.
Friday. if
Yeah.
it's gonna be Open soon.
so yeah. So, I think once the port in place is poured, we'll have to keep kids off for a couple hours, but after that, we'll be good. And I'm sure we'll just do that with caution tape.
I thought maybe the entire police force was gonna be.
Hold hands
Starting.
and stand around.
3 hours.
Yeah. No,
Arm in arm.
fine.
Post an officer.
So. Was that good with that? Okay, the track, we had a gentleman tape it. We're gonna work on painting it at some point in the next few weeks, up to a certain point. Our goal for that is just purely to cover up what to us looks awful with the remodel when they just repainted with the same color, but new versus old. So we're painting up to a certain point. So we have it taped and now we just have to paint. We did get quotes multiple times, but it was thousands and thousands. I think the one quote we got was like 16,000 to paint the whole track. It just seems crazy. So, that was to go to the ceiling, which we're not doing, but regardless, so that is our plan of action. I've also talked to, Mike Bennett at Commercial Flooring. We are looking at, I think, May 5th, for the start date for the track install, for the stuff. So we will have to close the track for a week and a half, I want to say. So I haven't gotten it out there yet.
Track shut down.
Yeah, I
versus the
thought that's
half
what we wanted, correct?
That's what we're all waiting.
Yeah, I just, yeah.
And spring, people can walk up.
Yeah, I just,
Yeah, I mean, that's, I thought that's what we wanted, so.
Get in, get in.
So yeah, so that's the plan. I'll get that posted so people start to know as well. And then randomness, but Bob Beardsley, I don't know if you guys know him, but he is working on a magic show, I guess, with a bunch of people from around, not even the area, people are coming from Madison all over. They're doing a bunch of training because they want to do this as a, I don't even know if you call it as a business, it's a nonprofit. But they want us to be a part of it. So they're going to they're gonna do a magic show here on April 4th. Same thing, we're working on flyers with them and such. But they're using it as practice, I think, for them to kind of learn their craft and learn each other, I think, along the way. So I will have more information on that, hopefully shortly. It's just something that came together recently.
is that a magic show geared more for kids than adults or?
So he's the one that's doing the flyer because whatever, I know we had talked, I was trying to get him to do one after our Easter egg hunt. And he's like, oh, I could gear that one more towards kids. So I think it's gonna be both. I don't think it's just like geared towards little kids, like it's not gonna be inappropriate for kids. But I think adults will be entertained as well, is my understanding.
Okay.
So that's.
Anything else for Stacy? All right, then we will move on to the chief.
Hey, you guys have my reports. I didn't add that off-duty management thing again, just, we talked about it on Wednesday at the work session, but I just figured I'd leave that in there if you guys had any questions, any more interaction with that. But one thing I wanted to talk about was a donation. Jeff Tice with the president with Propulse. He wanted to donate $1,000 to us in the fire department for a life-saving event that happened there with the police department, fire department responded to. Just a nice action on their part. And we decided for the police department, we wanted to get a new printer scanner for our police department. And that was kind of their suggestion, you know. And I said, yeah, that's a great idea. And they picked up the entire tab, which is over 1,000, but I mean, just a great gesture on their part. So I thank them a lot for that. Fire department, they're gonna do the same, or they're gonna get something around that $1,000
Wow.
also. So yeah, it's just a great thing.
Can we make sure that we get a thank you donut?
From the city.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
I have thank you cards that are really nice.
Yep, I'll take care of that. I just wanted, we just got the check, what was it? Just last week,
Thursday.
Thursday it was, yeah, when I brought it up to the city. So once I get the computer installed, or I mean, that printer installed, I'll send that out. So
Perfect.
yep.
Are they gonna pay for the install?
That is with it.
That's everything.
That's everything. It's all included.
Oh.
Up the door, text title.
Bingo.
Oh.
That's awesome.
Very generous.
Very cool.
Yes.
Very generous of them.
Any other questions for the chief? Thanks, chief. We'll move on to Mr. Dean in Public Works.
Sure thing. Any questions on the report? Pretty uneventful month.
Like those.
Yes, absolutely, sure. Just a couple things that I want to add. Brian, I think it was at your request, the no truck signs on Peosta Community Parkway and Adrena have been installed. The one up in Cox Springs at the intersection of Cox Springs and Adrena, we will move that back. I got a call looking to push that signpost back.
Okay.
So therefore I just put it on the 25-mile-an-hour sign that was currently in place. We have received the pumps back on the lift stations that were removed back in January to get repaired. Yesterday we had received them back, so they are back in operation. Kind of on the note of the parks, I did open up the bathrooms to the fire station park. So yesterday. It was actually perfect timing. I was in the process of opening it up and there was a lot of kids that were checking to see if the bathroom. It must have been a question that
Like on summer day.
the parents had. If the bathrooms were open, we can stay here and play. So, yeah.
I know I typically get a
that's-
question from the Clark people.
Yep.
When will those bathrooms be up?
So we generally close down on November and we open back up on April. That's pretty much what we hold true to. So, yeah. You know, unless they're predicting, you know, extremely well as far as the weather and temperatures, I mean, we can possibly get them open up a week or so earlier. But with no heat being in the bathrooms and stuff up there, it's pretty risky. So.
And I can say the coaches know that, right? When
So
parents ask me-
they know that, like clockwork, I say April 1st is the day that it opens. I know they have games here for sure Saturday, Sunday. I think they've added games Thursday, Friday as well. The direction is supposed to be come to the community center to use our restrooms.
I know there's just one or two parents that always used to email me and I don't know if the kid still plays there or not.
I'm sure that I will get a text and you probably will get an email.
PCC's open.
Um,
PCC's open.
But that's still my direction is please utilize the CC.
So, yeah. Weather permitting, I mean, yeah, it'll be the first week in April, or, you know, if the weather's decent, we'll get it added, you know, last week in March. Just one other thing, tree grinding, I did hear from him this afternoon. He's planning on being here this week, so I was kind of pushing him to get them branches ground before the compost site opens up again in April. So therefore, hopefully we keep our fingers crossed and he does show up this week on that. Get that taken care of and we get that stuff hauled out of there before opening season again. So, but
Dean, thanks for taking the action on the signs about the truck route. Is there anything else you guys think we need to do? Like, can we list it with Google or something? So when trucks are looking for a route,
I'll try to do
doesn't
that.
come up.
Yeah, I'll try to do that with Google also. Yeah, we just wanted to get the signs in place as of right
Yeah,
now.
perfect. And I haven't seen any more trailers going
Right.
through since.
I'll see what I can do with that.
I mean, temporarily, I guess if it becomes an issue, we can maybe consider a couple more flashers like we did on the stop signs. You know, if it becomes an issue where people aren't, you know, truckers aren't obeying it, you know, we can probably.
Have you seen any signs? I was gonna ask.
No, I haven't seen any since the first two
So
that I
maybe
saw. when
just
I
a
talked to you guys.
one out of a
Yeah,
couple of hundred, one out of 1,000, I don't know, but
Good.
I'm glad we got it addressed anyway now.
Yep.
And then kind of monitor it from there.
I definitely think once the bumper pads are put back in place here on Peosta Community Parkway.
that might be not wanting to come that way.
Correct.
That's good.
I think it'll hold down the traffic in general.
Thanks, Dean.
All I have, unless anybody else has anything for me.
Did Steve share anything as far as engineering?
No.
And in the interest of not using up Griffin's time, I do not have anything to report this evening.
We're waiting for his questions.
Administration, resolution scheduling public hearing to amend franchise fee on gas and electric from 1% to 3%.
Pretty self-explanatory. We talked about this session. I even went as far as put my bills out there to kind of show what the increase would be and to educate people on where to look on their bill for it, which will probably either be a good thing or a bad thing.
I thought we put, newsletter was great.
Yeah, that was
Very good.
a lot of information, but, and I will run that again, April, May, and June, and we'll make sure it's right. It's above your message. So it captures everybody's interest.
So I was pretty pleased that the changes, the impact to the individual are pretty small.
Right,
So that's nice to see that.
Yeah, and that's why I thought putting those bills out there to kind of show people it's minimal and it's
68
based on
cents to a buck
usage.
and a half.
So the more electric you use, the more gas you use, your fee's gonna be higher. So anyway, we'd like to have the public hearing March 25th.
And that's never home, so she never flips her lights on. She's always here, so.
Her bill's low.
Her bill's
Her
low.
bill's low, but
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'll make a motion for the resolution to schedule a public hearing to amend the franchise fee agreements on gas and electric utilities from 1% to 3% and schedule the public hearing for March 25. I'll second. Brian, I.
Lexi, I.
John, I. Jeff, I.
Justin, I.
Hey.
Sorry, Justin, Scott.
Hey, bud.
See ya. Or not. So, next, Next item is ordinance amending the zoning code of ordinances, first reading. Again, we are still working through that and we'll take no action on that this evening. So that brings us to open citizen comment on anything anyone would like to address for the council, including 5 questions by Griffin. No? One question?
No.
Do you have any questions about how city government operates?
No.
Oh,
It was pretty formal, wasn't it? This was just like so formal and,
Sure.
yeah. You want to be on council someday, right? Maybe.
He's like,
Maybe.
oh, no,
Oh, you want to be the mayor?
no.
Definitely
Pay is
not.
awesome. Yeah, pay is just totally worth it. Yes, ma'am.
One comment, please. I'm sorry I'm late.
No, that's okay.
I didn't go in time. Mary Johnson, 432 Leslie Drive.
Could I have you step up to the
Do
podium?
I have to? I mean,
Yeah.
You just
the-
said it
the
wasn't formal.
Well, yeah, this is where the microphone
Just
is.
informally step up to the.
Yeah, just casually stroll to the.
Oh, no, you throw me out of here.
now this way you're captured on the microphone.
Okay, thank you.
So
Yeah.
your name again was,
Mary Johnson,
okay?
432 Leslie Drive.
Okay, thank
Really
you.
close.
Yes.
But I drive Cox Springs Road a lot. And I go by Oak Park a lot. I mean, that's the way I go to town with it. And I noticed the water, the pond that's in the parking lot.
Right.
Do you have a plan?
Well, it's kind of graded right now for when we put, that's where the building will go.
Oh,
Yeah, so when the pavilion and parking lot go in, that will take care of
the pond.
the pond that shows up. And it shows up pretty quickly. I drive that every day, so.
Well, last year we had a lot of rain in the
Yeah.
spring and early summer,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of water there.
Yeah.
And I kept thinking about mosquitoes and things in that water, and when is that going to be resolved then?
Mr. Dean would be.
He's raising his hand.
We do actually have a plan in action.
Do you good?
Yes. And we were actually gonna address it last fall, but frost had set in. And we are gonna stick a tube in there. We want to minimize the amount of flow that does come out of there, so we want to retain that a little bit backed up on that parking lot. So therefore, that it doesn't flood that ditch and shoot across the road or anything of
Yeah.
that sort.
Yeah.
But yeah, next week we will have the machine over there and hopefully at that time we can possibly get it addressed. As a matter of fact, I did have locates called in to address it last fall, but like I say, weather just kind of got in front of us. And
Yeah, yeah.
and,
Well, I was gonna say, if everybody in this room had a shovel, we could go and
absolutely. Brand new on that.
shovel that right out and let her go.
If you're feeling
We got a hydro back.
Oh, I got a bad back. Thank you.
Great, thank you.
Anything else you need yourselves?
You can have my chair.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mary.
Thanks, Mary.
I just was, every time I go by, I think,
Yep.
water. Hmm.
Why isn't the Telegraph Herald here when you need them here?
They're here whether you know they're here. So that's who Griffin's really here.
Yes, it's fine.
He's never coming back. I know that.
He's gonna get his badge.
Yeah.
We need to see a copy of the badge and the kind of the paragraph you write to support it. That would be good.
I know Mr. Schofield, I'm sure I can.
Yeah.
No, it's not funny, is it?
All right, if we have nothing else, I will need what do I need, John?
I'll make a motion to
There we
adjourn.
go. Motion to adjourn.
I'll second. Brian,
Lexi,
John, I.
Justin,
Jeff, aye.
Motion carries. We are adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
You need something signed?
But yeah, so I don't know.
You need anything signed?